You're over the stock exhaust system. It's time for a change. A boosted performance would be nice, but without the sound that will bother the neighbors. But the market, it's a labyrinth of buzzwords and jargon. Mandrel bends, pie cuts, balance tubes, X pipes versus H pipes, sizing diameters. It's enough to make your head spin. Even the sound clips are all over the place, making it impossible to know what's what. I'm OJ Lopez, and for the past 15 years, my shop, Fluid MotorUnion, has been mastering the art of exhaust systems. We're not just enthusiasts, we're connoisseurs. We've heard thousands of systems, tested them on our Dyno Dynamics dynamometer, and we know truly what sounds great. It's all in the details, the ones that can make or break your exhaust setup. Forget what the aftermarket giants want you to think. Once the header ends and the exhaust begins, it's not rocket science. So whether you're thinking about buying an off-the-shelf system, having a shop fab you up something, or doing it yourself, if you stick around, I'll reveal the 7 must-haves for your next exhaust system, but also 7 pitfalls to avoid. But before I do that, here's the preamble. Hit the like button and help us grow our channel so I can devote more resources to crafting our content for your enjoyment. And if you want to see more videos of what we do on a regular basis, subscribe, and every week we'll do our best to share our experience with you. Now, we won't be going too far into depth on each of the sections, so just consider this advice from professional builders. But if you have any questions, drop them in the comments and we can turn them into videos. Ready to upgrade? Let's dive in. Getting the right diameter for your horsepower is crucial. The faster the air flows through the pipes, the better your cylinders expel spent gases until the pipes become too restrictive. This is due to the mass and inertia of the gases, which keep moving once they start. The key is finding the optimum exhaust size, maximum velocity without too much restriction. A good rule of thumb is 1 inch per 100 horsepower. For instance, dual 3.5 inch on the 700 horsepower Mustang in a dual exhaust configuration ensures your exhaust won't be a bottleneck. And for those of you lighting me up in the comments of the videos where I say this, if you're pushing 1800 horsepower with a big single turbo, you don't need an 18-inch exhaust. This isn't for you, but feel free to leave some more smart-ass comments. Guys, this wasn't my idea. It's a widely used principle among hot rodders and fabricators. I was taught by some old school hot rodders, and with years of testing, it remains fairly accurate. But most of you just want a setup that maximizes power and sound on your modestly modified car, and this loose guide rings true. Going too large or having no exhaust system can actually slow you down. Why? Well, it's all about velocity. Too large of a volume creates turbulence and loses the scavenging effect on naturally aspirated engines, where the gas velocity helps pull other cylinders along. That's why zoomies or removing the exhaust at the collector flange often doesn't boost power. Now, turbo cars are a different story. They need a section to channel gases away from the exducer to avoid turbulence and back pressure. Ideally, you'd have a gradual size increase like a megaphone within the vehicle constraints. Straight piping works, just make sure it's long enough, usually about 1 foot of tubing, to funnel away the gases from the turbine. For top-tier performance and sound, bends are your enemy. Use them only if absolutely necessary. The rule is simple: bend the pipes only if your vehicle's frame demands it. The straightest path equals the least resistance, translating to more power and a cleaner sound. Any bend, angle, or junction disrupts this flow, muddying the sound and hurting performance. An exhaust needs the right length of tubing to optimize your powertrain, but beyond that, it's all about balance. Think about blowing through a straw versus blowing through a 10-foot coiled up hose. It's always easier and more effective. Those systems with multiple bends and loops, crossover, resonance tubes, and even pie cuts, they're just obstacles slowing velocity and causing sound waves to bounce erratically. Now, despite what they claim about noise cancellations and resonance tuning, they degrade sound and performance. Stick to the straightest path possible with muffling for the best results. For a clean tone at higher RPMs, blending both cylinder banks in a V configuration is crucial. Enter the X pipe, a crossover pipe that blends both banks' chaotic exhaust turbulence and sound waves into two smooth streams. At low RPMs, it follows the path of least resistance, but at high RPMs, it truly shines, matching exhaust gas velocity from each bank, assisting scavenging and boosting performance. The result? A smooth, exotic tone, unmatched by any other design. That's why we craft our Smooth Merge X high flow X pipe to blend the exhaust pulses and sound waves perfectly. At FMU, we despise exhaust rasp. That high-pitched tinny noise, it's a sign of a flawed design. To avoid this, we use a simple philosophy. Avoid 90-degree intersections in your exhaust, which is why you won't see us use balance tubes, resonance chambers, but especially H-pipes. Through extensive A and B testing on countless vehicles, we found nothing beats the performance and sound of our well-placed Smooth Merge X pipe. While some kits that utilize an H-pipe may perform well, the friction and turbulence induced to the sound waves will lead to sound degradation. The pressure differential that H-pipes are used to equalize just won't outperform any well-used X-pipe. The metal we use for fabrication is aerospace-grade 304 stainless steel. This high-grade stainless steel looks beautiful from the outside and provides uniform flow on the inside, maximizing every bit of power and sound. If the customer has the budget, we'd opt for 321 as the thinner wall from the added strength of the material allows for a pitch change that is almost universally more pleasing, but at a cost. Asking us to build an exhaust out of mild steel? Instant turnoff. We're not a muffler shop. Sure, mild steel options might sound good to you and perform decently, but here's the issue. They don't last. In the road-solid capital of the world, Chicago, mild steel rusts in under 4 years. We want our exhaust systems to outlast the vehicle, and you should too. That's why we use stainless steel and back every custom system with a lifetime guarantee. Now you might say, what about titanium? It looks cool and showcases our fabrication skills, but it's tricky. Originally for race cars, titanium sacrifices durability for weight. Despite its superior qualities, it's prone to cracking due to vibration and heat expansion. So if you want titanium, we'll do it, but we'll warn you about its nature first. For volume and drone control, our go-to is a straight-through resonated muffler, specifically the Ultra Quiet from Vibrant. It's a metal canister with a perforated tube packed with sound-absorbing material. Straight shots are best for performance and a clean sound, and these compact units offer the highest exhaust flow while controlling volume and drone effectively. By using multiple properly sized straight-through resonators, like on this Mustang, we virtually eliminate drone across the power band. While chambered systems can add depth to the low-end tone, they sacrifice top-end clarity and often produce a hollow whooshing noise. In our extensive experience, no chamber design has ever matched the performance or sound quality of a straight-through resonated muffler. We use straight-through resonators in all our designs, and you should too. Choose wisely. One major factor that affects the quality and performance of exhaust is the welding. At FMU, we've invested heavily into TIG welding equipment, training, and time to ensure that every system is crafted to last. This dedication is why we confidently offer a lifetime warranty. TIG welding requires specialized machinery and highly skilled technicians. It's a labor-intensive process that takes 2 to 3 times longer than MIG welding, which can leave oxidation inside the pipe. MIG welding also creates slag, causing turbulence, reducing power, and altering the sound.
So MIG welding sucks. It's a dirty process. I like to TIG weld. However, some of the struggles of TIG welding, you can't have any fans on when it's hot outside. You can't have any heaters on when it's cold outside. So usually you're just in a stagnant area so the argon doesn't get blown away and the weld is always going to come out perfect.
Our TIG process includes back purging, adding strength and rigidity to the welds, enhancing horsepower, sound, aesthetics, and build quality. To achieve great looking TIG welds, pieces must fit closely with minimal gaps. We spend considerable time processing raw pipes to ensure the perfect match before welding.
The weather has a lot to play with. When it's super humid out, you have more tendency to have arc wander, and you have to try and play with the puddle and play with the arc to make it do the things that you want it to do, on top of all the other issues while TIG welding.
This precision eliminates overlapping edges, preventing turbulence in the exhaust flow and maximizing power and sound quality. When getting an exhaust system installed, you want a system that's easy to put in and remove. That's why FMU uses V-band connections whenever possible. V-band connections are lighter, quicker, and easier to take apart than multi-bolt flanges or band clamps. They're also more economical and require less space. The V-band design applies a uniform force around the flange, creating a superior seal. When tightened, it applies a radial and axial forces, reducing load on the bolt and clamp. Unlike multi-bolt flanges that rely on gaskets and can leak over time, V-bands are usually more reusable and simpler to use. Plus, they look cool. They're a huge plus if you can use them for your system. You've made it this far, so it's clear you're serious about transforming your ride's exhaust system. So we walked you through sizing, bends, X-pipes, material choices, muffler types, welding techniques, and the convenience of V-band connections. Hopefully this helps you before you dive headfirst into aftermarket or custom exhausts. So take your time, research, and choose wisely. Not all systems are created equal, and the wrong choice can not only lead to wasted money, but something you hate. Our goal is to share our experience and help you make an informed decision, avoiding common pitfalls and ensuring your investment pays off in performance, sound quality, and enjoyment. Remember, it's not just about making noise, it's about crafting a symphony of power and performance. And if you want help doing just that, we can build you something, or even consult with you about your build. So what's the most frustrating part about your current exhaust setup? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We want to hear your stories and your questions. If you found this information valuable, mash that like button and subscribe to our channel. We're dedicated to bringing you behind the scenes looks at what we do here at Fluid Motor Union every week. So join us for more content that'll keep your car running and sounding its best. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.